In 1936, the middle of the Great Depression, with a quarter of the country out of work, a former farm boy and failed actor published a book with the most nakedly transactional title in publishing history, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It should have aged into a punchline. Instead, it sold tens of millions of copies, spawned an entire industry, and here is the uncomfortable part. It still works. Not because it discovered anything new about people, but because it wrote down the things everyone knows and almost no one does. 90 years later, the room you will sit in tomorrow still runs on this book. The question is whether you are the one in the room who has read it. Dale Carnegie was not a psychologist. He was a teacher. Starting in 1912 in a YMCA hall in New York, he taught public speaking to salesmen, clerks, and engineers, and he noticed the same thing every term. His students' careers were not stuck for lack of knowledge. They were stuck for lack of handling, of bosses, of customers, of each other. The course drifted from speeches to human relations. The handouts grew into chapters fed by thousands of students' real stories, and 24 years of night classes finally compressed into one book. That origin matters. This is not theory looking for examples. It is examples that eventually demanded a theory. First idea, the foundation stone. Do not criticize, condemn, or complain. Not because it is unkind, Carnegie is ruthlessly practical, but because it does not work. Criticism puts a person on the defensive, and a defending person spends every calorie justifying, none changing. His chapters walk through gunmen and crooked politicians who, to the end, sincerely believed themselves misunderstood public benefactors. If criticism cannot produce guilt in them, what is it producing in your accounts manager? The alternative is not flattery. It is the working end of the book's second law: honest, sincere appreciation. Charles Schwab, the steel executive who became one of the first $1 million-a-year men in America, put his own value squarely there. His gift was arousing enthusiasm, and he did it by his own account with appreciation and encouragement, never with fault-finding. $1 million a year in that era for essentially one skill. Second idea, the one people quote at weddings without knowing the source. You make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than in 2 years of trying to get people interested in you. Everything practical in the book hangs off this reversal. Remember names, because a person's name is, to them, the sweetest sound in any language. Listen more than you talk, and ask about their work, their dog, their problem. None of this is civility, it is arithmetic. Every person you meet is starving for attention and drowning in people who want theirs. Supply the scarce thing. Third idea, the negotiators chapter. You cannot win an argument, because a person convinced against their will holds their old opinions still, plus a grudge. So do not push conclusions, plant premises. Ask the questions that let the other person walk to your answer and arrive believing they drove. Admit your own errors first, fast and cheerfully, and watch how much forgiveness that buys. Let the other person feel the idea is theirs, and let them save face always. Managers pay for week-long negotiation courses that teach, in laminated slides, what this chapter does in 20 pages. Now the honesty this channel owes you. The examples are museum pieces, steel magnates, telephone operators, presidents your grandfather barely remembers. And read cynically, the book curdles, used as a manipulation kit. It fails, visibly, because people smell counterfeit interest at 1 part per million. Carnegie says so himself on nearly every 10th page. It only works sincere. That is the book's quiet depth disguised as corn. It is a training program for actually caring about people, sold under a title that promises you the world. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Read it in a weekend. Then watch the next meeting like you have the answer key, because you will.